What's going on, people? If you're new to the channel, my name's Javi. Welcome. Today is March 20, 2020, and we're about to drive into an empty downtown LA. Empty. This is a weekday during rush hour. Los Angeles, one of the busiest and most famous cities globally, and there's like 2 cars on the road. This is crazy. All right, this is of course due to the coronavirus, the global epidemic, and I don't think I'm gonna get this drive ever again. I'm driving into downtown LA. There's like 2 cars on the road. This is unreal. This is historical. I don't know. I'm just getting a little mindful of how powerful this epidemic is with the coronavirus. There's no cars on the road. Normally, it would take me maybe an hour to cover 6 miles bumper to bumper. And I mean, look at this. There's nobody out here. This is during a weekday rush hour morning. March 2020, we just lost Kobe in January to a horrible helicopter accident. So the city's been in mourning because of that. You could feel the morale down. There's murals everywhere for Kobe. And then you fast forward to March and now we have this. Empty streets, right? This is if you live in LA, you know that what you're seeing now is just unreal. You never get this. You're doing bumper to bumper traffic on the daily, no matter what time of the day it is. We got a little detour here. You don't even see homeless people. The homeless people are in their tents. Look at this. Downtown LA, there's nobody around. And apparently the coronavirus poses a bigger threat to elders over the age of 60, 65, people with preconditions, of course infants, and everything's closed. Everything is closed. Schools closed last week, public schools, and I think that was the first domino. That was the first trigger that pretty much set everything else in motion. When you have the kids at home, there's really not much you can do. You can't find a babysitter either, right? So everything's closed. Everything's closed. The NBA just closed. There's no more basketball this season. That's gone. A lot of players are testing positive for the coronavirus. You see a couple of stray people here fighting over cans, water bottles. The grocery store is crazy. Again, I don't even know what to make of this. Look at this. There's no traffic. I'm in Little Tokyo right now in downtown LA, rush hour, and there's no cars. 2 cars here. This is crazy. I've never seen anything like this. I lived in LA my whole life for over 30 years and I've never seen this. This is insane. Rush hour. This is LA rush hour during coronavirus. Nobody's on the road. Nobody's on the road. We also have the banks talking about issuing the stimulus package for a lot of people with $1,000, right? Because the country's going into a recession. Gun sales are up. A lot of people are buying ammo. They're hitting the panic button. They don't know what to do. They feel like their back's against the wall. I hear a siren. Of course, I'm gonna stop here. We got an ambulance here. We got an ambulance here. Again, gun sales are up. People are freaking out. They're panicking. Grocery stores are crazy. People are getting stabbed over water bottles and toilet paper for whatever reason. People just they flood towards the toilet paper. I don't know why, but these basic needs, people are, it's a commodity. It's a commodity. The stock market's crashing too. Everything's plummeting. This is something. This Look at this downtown LA. There's no traffic here. This is like apocalyptic. I'm like a block away from the LA Times library. And here, let me see. We're like a block away from LAPD headquarters, and look at this. No traffic. I'm telling you, this is historical. You're never gonna see anything like this. I've never seen anything like this. Hospitals overcrowded. Overcrowded hospitals. It's crazy. You also have reportings of nurses and a lot of medical personnel that they've contracted the virus and they can get the help they need. The very same people that are helping the public, they can't be helped. I mean, look at this. This is LA Times here on the left. Look at this. No traffic. No traffic. We also have the courts coming up here on the right. Let me change lanes here. LA courts on the right. The courts are closed. The courts are closed. And then we also have another pandemic that the media doesn't really cover or pay attention to. Look at all these homeless people here on the right hand side of the sidewalk. Look at all these tents. Look at all these homeless people. This isn't even Skid Row. This is supposed to be the nicer part of downtown, right? And you see these homeless people just seeking shelter. Homeless people are, the most susceptible to the coronavirus. They're malnourished. They don't have good nutrition. They're out in the cold. The very nature of just being homeless poses a threat because you're under stress all the time. You're more susceptible to catching it if you're in fear. Your fear weakens the immune system. We have the Disney Hall on the left, right? Only in LA do you get a homeless tent a block away from the Disney Hall. Happiest place on earth. Let's see if I can go around here. The buses are still running. Nobody's in them. They're empty. I mean, look at this. If you're from LA, you know this is insane. I should be bumper to bumper right now. And yet, I mean, look at this. It's just buses. You see buses, construction workers, the essential, county, city workers. And there's nobody on the road. There's nobody on the road. 2 cars downtown LA. Rush hour. March 20, 2020. This is crazy. Churches are closed. Churches are also closed. They're streaming their church services online now. You can't go to church if you're, hitting the panic button and you need some sort of handrail to hold on to, somebody to lean on, a support system. You can't even go to church anymore. They're closed to the public. They're close to the public. Gas prices are tumbling. I think Kentucky's at 99 cents per gallon, which is crazy. I never thought I'd see that in America. 99 cents to the gallon. And then we have this is Beaudry. This is Beaudry Street. This is where LAUSD has its headquarters. Look at this. Schools are closed. Nobody is around. The school here on the right, empty. You usually see the kids walking towards school. It's packed. Again, bumper to bumper. There's hardly anybody on the road. This is insane. I've never seen anything like this. Never seen anything like this. The construction workers are still here, I believe. Are they here? Yeah, you see a few of them, but I think they're doing the 50-50 split where they're trying to avoid the workers being in the workplace all at the same time. So they show up to work every other day, right? To minimize crowds. Anything above 10 people is a crowd, apparently, that is not ideal. But again, it seems like there's not much you can do, But there really is this whole experience is codependent on how you choose to internalize it. You get to choose what the narrative is. If you subscribe to fear, then you subscribe to fear. If you want to approach the situation with caution, then you approach it with caution. If you want to be mindful of other people as opposed to just yourself, then you do it that way. But this doesn't have to be something that's catastrophic. I mean, look at this residential, empty streets. Empty streets. This is unreal. This is wild. This is wild. A lot of people are very dismissive about the virus. They say, you know, it's no worse than a cold or whatever, but I see their point, but the effects and the consequences of the virus, economically, financially, it's real. It's real. With whether you choose to believe that the virus is a serious threat or not, is up to you. But the effects and the consequences of this is very much real. Look at this. Empty schools. Schools are empty. No kids. This is insane. Anyway, side with caution. Again, you get to choose how you internalize this whole experience. I don't think we're gonna get this again in a while. Soak it in for what it is. It is bringing people closer together. That I do see. So there's a lot of blind spots that people aren't focusing on, which is the silver lining, the good that has come from it. There's a lot of people coming together, a lot of neighbors helping each other out. So focus on the positive. At the end of the day, it is what it is. It's gonna be what it's gonna be, and that's life.